Welcome to Content Inspire. I'm your host, Andrew Calvino. And today I have the legend and badass himself, Hanmin Paek. And yeah, if you are a content creator, photographer, videographer, or you're just wanting to step up your content game, he's going to drop gold on this podcast. So introduce yourself to the listeners, my man.
What's going on, guys? Like you said, my name is Hanmin Paek, videographer, photographer, editor, whatever you want to name it.
Dude, I just wanted to say thank you for being on Content Inspire because, like I said, when we were talking off air, I have a feeling when my listeners listen to your story that they're going to go after it. So, first question I'm going to throw your way is what is your why?
My why. Honestly, for me, I love having like just experiences and just like making memories, but my why is just to create an impact on a lot of people. For like a long time of like a lot of the content I was doing was in the fitness industry, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of it so like currently and like for the last like almost 2 years, I've been working with Chad Morgan, and
Nice.
he started his own coaching business by himself, and it was called Chad Morgan Fitness. And
Mm-hmm.
from that, we that's when we started working, and that's when I kind of transitioned from working kind of with like max shooting, and it was kind of like figuring out what I want to do. And he was just starting up. He had a friend who was kind of helping him out with that, but then he started doing it on his own, and then he started meeting other people, and they're like, long story short, now he has like 3 other coaches, and I mean, business is going great, but like just seeing like the impact that he's made on people, like what makes me want to make an impact through video or photos, whatever it can be, and just like showing like, even just like with my journey of going through this, like the impact I've been able to put on people's lives, and like the fact that I've been able to just like start this from 0 to 100 now is like, it's even crazy to me that I'm still doing this, but it's like that's also my why, just like being able to push myself and just like showing life and just like, and nothing's impossible.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me and the listeners. And then another quick question your way is how did you get into photography and videography?
Oh man. So it first actually started off as kind of a little hobby. In middle school and high school, I skateboarded a lot, and that's actually a career I wanted to do, which is funny.
Sick.
Um, yeah, and I used to actually, my first job was actually working at a skate park, and doing that, I was kind of like just being like a little. I was like a manager at the time, and just like, looking around the park, getting things done, and kind of like teaching lessons. And then a lot of my friends at the time were skateboarding, and some of them actually started filming that, and I know you could also make a career as a skateboard filmer. So I was
Yep.
like, oh, that'd be sick to do. So that's actually how I got into it, and then I got hurt too much doing it, and then
Yeah.
after that, I guess like I would say like maybe 2 or 3 years passed, and like after that happened, like I wasn't really filming, and then I found my passion for fitness, and then in between that time, one of my best friends actually picked up a camera, and then he like asked me to go out and go shoot, and like it was like kind of like the first time me like kind of like being in front of the camera. So I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And we actually, I think it's probably like once or twice a week we would go out. I was living in Maryland at this time, and we would just go out to DC, Virginia, just go out and shoot. And that was like, oh, kind of want to pick up a camera again. And then from there, that's what started it all.
Dude, that sounds sick, bro. On the real. And you've gone from Maryland to Texas, and now, if I remember correctly, you're out in LA.
Yeah, so I moved to LA almost about 6 months ago now.
Okay. Yeah, you got on my radar because of a mutual friend of ours, Nick Friola.
Oh yeah, he's actually, he's my roommate back in Texas, and he's honestly one of my best friends. He has helped me a lot, and we've actually helped out each other. And it's been, I think, a little over a year now that he's moved to Texas, and he's he's a really big part of my life. And in between that time from like Maryland to Texas, I actually moved to Colorado. I was born and raised in Texas, and the story for that actually, so to do this full time,
Mm-hmm.
I actually graduated college in 2018. Um, didn't want to do anything with it, obviously, and went back home. I think I lived at home for about a year. And in between that time, I was actually starting to work with a fitness brand, doing their content, quote unquote, kind of like a full-time videographer, photographer for them. And so I would
Mhm.
help out with like launches. And from that, I met somebody who lived in LA, and he was business partners with somebody in Virginia. So it was another client that I worked with. And long story short, he offered me to come to Colorado with him to start like being his videographer and all that. But with that, moved basically my whole life to Colorado for about 2 weeks, and then I quit on him. There's a lot of things not well about it,
Well,
and that's actually how I met Nick. Nick was actually supposed to replace me, and we kind of got talking. He actually ended up quitting. He didn't really work for the guy. He maybe like lasted a day with him, and
mhm.
from there, he Nick actually helped me a lot because after those 2 weeks, I was like, "There's no way I can go home because like if I go home, that means there's like nothing for me to do." And thankfully, I had family still in Colorado, so
Mhm.
I was able to stay with somebody for. I think I stayed in Colorado for about a month, and in between that time, I knew Max Tuning because he lived in Virginia, and that's how we kind of got connected with him and like our friend Peter, who is the owner of Ape Athletics that I was working for. And I was actually talking to Max because he was already in Texas by that time, and I was like asking him, "Do you think like this was a good decision coming out here with this guy and all this stuff?" And back in Virginia, I was actually helping Max here and there with like operations for Ever Forward and kind of helping him film here and there for things, but nothing like crazy.
Mhm.
And I jokingly said to him, "Let me come work with you again." And he was like, "If they don't have room for you back home, we can talk." And that's how I took a one-way trip to Houston, lived there for 2.5 years of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Well, I had no idea about your business and personal relationship with Max
Mhm.
and Peter. And yeah, dude. So that's surprise, dude. Good shit, man.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you're just putting yourself out there and you're still making it happen one way or another. So yeah, guys. Yeah. Um, dropping another quick question your way is, what is your favorite form of content to create?
Oh man, that's a hard one, honestly. Because I go back and forth so much. It used to be like photos, and then it was videos, and I'll go back and forth. And now, lately, since being in Houston, it was a lot of like fitness content, and then obviously like I kind of got sick of that. So like it was like 90% of what I was doing was fitness, and now being in LA, that's like 5% of what I do. But best content, honestly, it's probably making like YouTube videos with people or like doing TikToks.
Nice.
It's such a big thing out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's like it's fun, especially like when meeting. Like I love meeting people. So like meeting people, like hearing their stories, and just like doing these collaborations, and a lot of it's like really funny. And like you'll do like funny skits or like something stupid. You never know, honestly. Like you never know what's gonna happen in LA.
Okay. Well, that's cool, dude. Honestly. And then another quick question your way is, what equipment do you use? Camera, lens, and your preferred editing program?
Oh, all the secrets. No, there's no secrets. I currently use a Sony A7S III. Do you want me to tell you lenses too?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We got a 24 to 70 2.8. We got a 14 to 24, I think, a 35 and a 90 macro. And
Okay.
then editing software I use for video is Premiere, and then obviously photos for Lightroom.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me and the listeners, because I know that there are photographers and videographers or people that are just interested in seeing like what do people use.
Mhm.
So I'm going to link your IG, YouTube, and TikTok in the bio below. So if anybody wants to see your work and the equipment that you just shared, hopefully that helps them be able to like absolutely kill it on various platforms. So
Yeah.
thank you,
I
dude.
do I do get asked a lot of like what kind of camera I use, because we do a lot of like high quality TikToks with
Hmm.
the people I work with, and like it's always, oh, what camera what do you use, this quality so good, like, so
Okay. And then I know we talked about it a little bit off air, but how's Hawaii treating you, dude? Like just the fact that I know that you're in Hawaii shooting content and all that fun stuff. Like, did you ever think that you'd be traveling, creating content for said individuals?
honestly, no, like even like this trip was, I mean, not really the last minute, but it was kind of like I was supposed to go somewhere else, and they were like, oh, let's do this instead. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Like, I've
Nice.
always been the person to say yes, and like that's, I think, what's gotten me where I'm at now. But honestly, Hawaii's great. Sucks that it's been a little bit rainy, but we've been able to get the most out of it and go, like, even like the first day here, like it was beautiful, and enjoyed the beach, going on hikes. Like, if you told me I'd be doing this, like even like last year, I'd be like, there's no way.
Nice, dude. So yeah, when we were texting back and forth trying to figure out day and time for this, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in Hawaii, so we'll just figure it out." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" I was like, "Sick." Um, and then another quick question your way was, how was summer shredding for you, my man?
Oh man, this was probably maybe my third or fourth summer shredding, but I feel like summer shredding, even though like I haven't been like actually like on stage or anything, but I've
Mm-hmm.
been obviously like in the crowd and backstage. It's honestly amazing what like Christian has created, but I feel like every year it gets a lot more emotional for me, because it's like seeing just like, even like working with Chad, always has clients competing, and like just seeing everybody's drive to like push themselves as far as they can, just show that all on that one day, and just like seeing everybody just like proud of what they brought, and just like everybody, like when they get off their stage, there's like just that high, that adrenaline, just like a lot of like emotions, like just happiness that they were able to experience that. And even like this past one, since Nick actually competed,
Mm-hmm.
I know for him it was a hard struggle going through the whole,
Yeah,
like I think it was like
yeah.
12, 16 weeks. And I know there was a lot of times he wanted to quit, but he didn't. And it didn't help, because like halfway through like us living together, I left a little bit early before our lease ended to go to LA. And that was actually one of the hardest decisions, because I brought Nick to Texas,
Mm-hmm.
because I knew there was something that he can do out there. And it's crazy to see, and it's amazing to see what he's done in the last year, and created his own like coaching business, and be able to do things I think he didn't even think he could do. And just seeing him kill that stage, and just the emotions just afterwards, it's honestly it's unexplainable, but
Okay.
it's always a great experience.
So talking about Nick, I think the world of Nick. I think he's a great person. In regards to coaching, he's a badass coach. I was with him just for a little while,
Mhm.
and just the passion that he has for his clients and Katie as well.
Yeah.
They're a tag team; they absolutely kill it. And then I do hope to see one day Nick again, um, either with his own clothing line or another product or something like that, because I have a feeling like the way how he was handling the clothing line that he had, it was sick design, sick everything. So knowing that he has that creativity in regards to apparel, I know
Mhm.
that something is still there. So hopefully he goes back to that plan one day. So that would be pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
But
With him, like us living together, it was honestly like I don't even say this very often, but like I've had like different roommates, but Nick
mhm,
was probably like the best one, because like we pushed each other a lot, and like obviously
yeah,
we're able to do a living that a lot of people don't think they can do. But he was like, full sent it. I full sent it too. We
Yeah,
pretty much had nothing to lose and just risked it. Obviously, like it was uncomfortable, but I think when you're uncomfortable is like when you're able to do the most, and like it makes you, for me, I say like being uncomfortable helps me strive a lot more and just push myself. And we I feel like we were in the same spot, and like I've been able to help him and he's been able to help me, and that's brought us where we are now. And I tell him every day, almost every day, I'm like, I need you in LA, and I know he like tells me like he needs me. So it's a great relationship, man. And there's a lot of things I couldn't have done without him.
that's cool, dude. Thank you for sharing that with me and the listeners. So, another quick question your way is there a dream brand or project you want to work on in the future?
Ooh, so one of the dreams have always been uh, wanting to be a travel videographer. That's always been the top thing, and just being able to like travel the world and like just create videos and see cultures, try new foods, see new places, meet new people. And for me, I've always like wanted to go out of the country, like go to Bali, Thailand, and do all those things, and just even like have like a brand be able to fly us out and do that. And specifically working with a brand, I don't think I really have one, but it'd be cool, like even like working with like a cameraman, if it's like Sony or anybody, that'd be pretty cool doing that. And just like able to go out and just film and just create things and show a story. And
Okay, that's sick, dude. And then, what advice would you give to someone who's afraid to go after what they want?
oh, that was me, man.
Yeah.
One thing that stuck out to me, and it's still something that I think about till this day, is the one thing that my mom told me. Because at the time, my dad is of more of a traditional Asian parent, and my mom's more modernized.
Hmm.
And my dad obviously did not want me to do this. He's like, I want you to go to school, get your education, go do a 9 to 5 job, all that. But my mom was like, I'd rather you do this now instead of regretting it when you're younger. So that's something that's still what I think about every day. And it's what I think has pushed me. And I say yes to every opportunity. And there's always going to be trial and error, and there's going to be ups and downs with it. But you just got to keep going. And even like almost doing this, I think coming up in April is doing this 3 years full time. It's there's still days where I'm like, why am I doing this? And like, is this worth it? Because it's gonna be a lot of work. You're gonna be working a lot more than you think. But seeing that impact and seeing like people like smile and just like the experience that you get out of it is all worth it. No matter how much work, how much sleep you lose, and tiredness, but I think it's all worth it.
Okay.
you, you just got to keep pushing. That's the thing. I'm still pushing and getting to the point where instead of like filming content for other people, I still love doing that, but I want to get to the point where I'm able to do content for myself. And that's where right now I'm trying to transition, and I'm working as hard as I was working the first year doing this, and just even harder. There's been sleepless nights, but this is what I want, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing it.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you, dude. You're gonna kill it no matter what. You'll make it happen.
Mhm.
Then now to the fun questions. So what is your favorite show to watch on Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus on your downtime whenever you do have downtime?
Oh, when I do have downtime, man, more recently, obviously Disney Plus, anything Marvel.
Yeah.
Uh, just finished watching, well, currently watching because there's an episode every week, but it's Hawkeye. I don't know how,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how much you're into Marvel, but I absolutely love Marvel. I go into like all the little theories, like all the little hidden Easter eggs, and like how
Yeah.
they're like connecting everything. Just I love that.
Absolutely love Marvel, Star Wars, you name it. So spoiler alert for anyone that has not watched Hawkeye. Just come back later. All right.
I
So
haven't watched the fourth episode yet. I know
yeah,
that just came out.
I'm not gonna spoil anything in regards to the fourth episode. So basically, do you think that Hawkeye is preparing to bring back the Kingpin from the Daredevil series? Because I could just keep on hearing that theory that people are just pushing out there.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. I only watched Daredevil, I think only like half of season one, so I don't know too much about it, but I know Daredevil was really good.
Dude,
But
you gotta go back. You
yeah,
definitely have to watch season 1, 2, 3 of Daredevil, The Punisher for sure. Like, yeah, dude, you have to. Like,
uh, I
game changer.
don't I don't even know who Echo is right now that they're like showing, but I'm like, ooh. But like I do, that's another thing. I do hear about like Kingpin coming in and then somehow getting like into, I don't know if it's gonna be Spider-Man, and then there's something about Morbius and all that, but
Um, so from what has already been leaked in regards to Spider-Man No Way Home, that Matt Murdock, not Daredevil, Matt Murdock is going to be the lawyer for Peter Parker. So that's how he's being introduced into the MCU. So if Matt's there, obviously he's going to be Daredevil no matter
right.
what. And then
And
Kingpin supposedly is being brought in through Hawkeye. So that's how they're slowly bringing in these characters from like the Netflix shows. They're doing it slowly. As long as they bring back John Bernthal, aka Punisher, and bring him back into the MCU, they
mhm.
have to, bro. Like,
I heard Punisher was really good. That's another show I didn't get to watch.
yeah, dude. It's like I watched an interview that John Bernthal did, and he separated himself from his family
Mhm.
for 30 to 60 days so that he can get into that mental state of like the Punisher losing his family, being in a dark place, you name it, because he's not one of those actors that has like that switch on and
Mhm.
off. So he basically had to go really deep into that shit. So yeah, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
Um.
Yeah, how about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in
Oh,
Spider-Man?
dude. Yeah. Like the fact that freaking Tobey Maguire is walking around in New York and in the park and telling people, yeah, I'm in No Way Home. Like that.
Is he actually doing that?
Yeah, he actually like people have come up to him and he's just there like, yeah, I'm in No Way Home. Like,
God, wow.
what is Kevin? What's Kevin Feige gonna do? I've already recorded. I've already filmed the movie. I already got paid for it. Like, I'm not part of the Marvel like machine, so it's all good. Like, I don't have to worry. And then Andrew Garfield's just there, like, no, I'm not in the movie. I'm not in the movie. Stop asking me. I'm not. But supposedly, like, the critics aren't like aren't going to see the full movie. Like 20 minutes of the movie have been cut out completely.
Wow.
So you see like 20 to 21 minutes. That's where the two other
Yeah.
additional Spider-Man are going to be in. So yeah, dude.
Oh man, I'm so excited for that. I got the tickets right when they open that up.
Yeah. Um, and then let me throw another quick question your way.
Yep.
What's your favorite music to listen to while working out or editing?
Ooh. I feel like I don't have like a specific one. Working out
Mm-hmm.
probably would be rap. Just editing in general, I'll listen to literally anything. Like just even lately, I've just been like playing like random playlists and just like whatever. It'd probably be like alternative, like pop, anything. Like honestly,
Okay.
I used to be a very big fan of country. I still am, but yeah, country was used to be like a very just like repeated thing, but it hasn't been lately.
Okay. All right. Well, dude, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being on Content Inspire, for sharing your story, sharing a bit of who you are as a person, your experience within the industry. And is there anything that you would like to say to the listeners before we hop off?
Well, one, thank you for having me. I loved being on here, and two, honestly, even those people who want to be content creators and do this for a living, have fun with it. Honestly, do it's gonna, like I say, it's gonna take a lot of work, but have fun with that at the same time. You don't want this feeling like work, and
Hmm.
go out there and experience life, experience things with your friends, family, and just push yourself even further than anyone can push you, and just live. You have one life, and you're only young once, so just just honestly just do it.
Okay. Well, everyone, I'm going to link all of the IG accounts, TikTok, YouTube, everything down below in the bio. Listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time.
Peace.